Hello and welcome back to this playthrough of Mass Effect. I've actually managed to catch all of these little buggers. They are gone, that quest is completed. It was incredibly boring. It took around, to get them all, about half an hour to get the remaining ones. As per usual, the last two are always the most difficult to find. And so we don't have to worry about that anymore, which is great. Before we head off to go and find Dr. Tassoni, we have a couple of things just to catch up on. Whilst I was going around the Citadel looking for the Keepers, there were a few other quests that ended up presenting themselves. The first one of which is one that actually triggered whilst I was in a lift. There was, I think it might have been this one. Yeah, that seems about right. Missing survey team. And the other one was I did a bit of gambling just to get a little bit more cash. And this mission also appeared as well, which is signal tracking, which I believe is around here. So we might as well get that bit done at the...
What do you say we head down to Cora's den after shift?
Might as well get that out of the way.
Some of the others
so let's track
like
that.
They bounced their signal off a relay. I'll trace a new signal.
I may come back to that because I've just remembered it's kind of like a treasure hunt. And I really want to get on with going after Liara. So let's ignore that for now, and let's try and find a quick travel thing. There we go, another joyous lift ride. What else happened between episodes?
Chairman Burns of the Parliament Subcommittee on Transhuman Studies has been
quest
kidnapped by
that we get
biotic
as well.
extremists. The biotics commandeered a freighter and were last seen in the Hades Gamma Cluster. No demands have yet been made.
I don't know if we already had that as a quest, but that is something you can do as you're pottering around the galaxy map. The other thing as well, as you can see, I've not been able to change anybody's armor because I just don't have enough money, which is the sad truth of it. And so yeah, everybody's still got pretty much exactly the same equipment they had at the start of the episode. I think I've maybe added a few mods and improved somebody's ammo and what have you. But is it Presidium? No. Wards. Oh no, it is Presidium. What am I doing? No. Am I going mad? CSEC, there we go. So yeah, let's... I don't think... Yeah, UNC hostage, that quest triggered. So we've got that as well. So I'm thinking let's do the Liara mission. And then I think the episode after that I'll try and get rid of some of these whatchamacallums,
Do you
the
feel
side
that
quests.
Your training in the human military prepared you well for your duties, Gunnery Chief?
Trying to take down a rogue Spectre and his army of synthetics? No, they didn't cover this in basic.
So yeah, this episode going after Liara. Next episode will be extra side quests. Maybe get a couple of those under our belt in one episode, which would be good. They're not especially long. They're not like some of the side missions in 2 and 3. So, which could be sort of half an hour, 40 minutes on their own. I would love there to be a sprint button. Or just fast travel to the Normandy.
Stand by.
I don't get why that's not a thing.
Decontamination in progress.
Right.
Logged. The commanding officer is aboard. XO Presley stands relieved.
So, is this going to be our first proper look at the galaxy map? I think it might be. I don't recall. Right, so Liara's dig site, there we are. Over at the Artemis Tower system. Oh bugger. Hang on. Which system in that cluster was she in? Helpful. Okay. So it could be anyone. We've got four systems to explore. If you're familiar at all with this first game, then you'll probably be aware of landing on planets and hunting for resources, which I'm probably going to treat like the hunting for the Seekers, because again, it's a rather boring task, and it's something that is worth doing simply because when you go into the second game, if you've if you've managed to accrue a lot of resources.
Commander, I'm picking up a signal from the planet's surface. It looks like an automated distress beacon.
I'm not doing that yet. No, I am purely about Liara. So, again, like I was saying, as I did with the Seekers, if I come across stuff, then great. I'll get it then and there. But I'm not going to go out of my way in these episodes to go hunting for goddamn resources, because it is incredibly tedious, and I don't think anybody likes just rambling around on some planet. It's just not appealing. Therum, that sounds familiar. Yes, this is the one we want. Right, Therum is a distant but rich industrial world claimed by the Human System Alliance. Its plentiful heavy metals have fueled the recent manufacturing boom on Earth. Core samples rich with the fossils of simple silicon-based organisms indicate Therum was more habitable in the past than it is at present. Perhaps this explains the many Prothean ruins dotting the surface, most of which have been looted by mining corporations. So this is where Liara is hanging out. It's a bit warm, and it's quite heavy, so it'd be a rather unpleasant place to spend any prolonged period of time. Higher than normal gravity and quite hot. Right. So, who do we want to take on this mission? Garrus, because Garrus is always good. And I'm thinking Ash. Yeah. Let's go with that. And here we get our first introduction to the Mako. Perhaps one of the worst handling vehicles in all of video games.
Commander, I'm picking up some strange readings. Really strange, like off the damn charts. It looks like it's coming from an underground complex a few clicks away from the drop zone.
Right, so I have just got to refamiliarize myself with the controls. this is one of those missions that you don't ever remember as being particularly long, and then you actually get around to playing it again and you're like, oh shit, yeah, I forgot about all of this bit. At least I do. I often forget just how long this initial bit is. And it's not helped by these guys. Let's just get those. One of the few positives to the Geth things is that their heavy weapons are easily dodged. You can just jump up and ignore them. And also they do tend to reward quite a nice amount of XP and also stuff. So hopefully the fairly basic armour that we have equipped at the moment, will, by the time we get back to being on foot, won't be quite so bad.
This route's a no-go. They have height and
Ooh.
cover.
You see what I mean about this thing handling like a blooming cow? This thing has 6-wheel drive. So whilst it is incredibly grippy... God, this thing. I haven't driven this thing in about 8 months. And, oh my god, this is worse than my actual first driving lesson. Doesn't help the fact that I am incredibly tired today. Just to give you a little peek behind the curtain, last night I stayed up until 4 o'clock in the morning watching fucking Survivor Series, which just also gives you an idea of just how far in advance I actually record these episodes, considering this will probably come out about a week later. Come on. Did we get him? I think we got him. Alright, let's look at the... Now I know that on one of these... I think it might be this one. Maybe not. Right. Sorry, on that... On one of these, I was actually trying to shoot through the doors, because some of them you can take all. Right. So, what's this? High caliber barrel. We'll stick with that. Chemical rounds. Stick with that. Ash has no mods. Oh, she can get that then, and radioactive rounds as well, chemical rounds as well.
That's it. Bag them and tag them.
Let's just have a little explore around this area, see if there's anything we can pick up. Take all. In fact, I think I've still got chemical rounds 1. So we'll take that. Okay. Over to the next one, which I'm pretty sure has got an enemy in it. There we go. Easy peasy. Okay, so cool. Right, that should be an improvement for both me and Ash. I did put a load of points into Ash's skill tree as well, because I leveled up in between episodes as well, and yeah, that's a massive improvement. So she's now able to equip heavy armor, and I will take, I don't know if that is actually better. So you got more shields, but the actual, you've got half the damage protection, but you've also got barely any tech protection, which, when you're dealing with the Geth, probably not the wisest of plans. Yeah. Oh.
Bag 'em and tag 'em.
Okay. So maybe something a bit more for the other members of the team there. So got that one done, and then it's just across to the other set of, what are these, do you reckon? Storage? Right, so I think we would have come that way, and I think we want to head this way. Yeah, I think that's right. There's some stuff here as well. Shit. Yeah, there we go. Hey, and we got some armor for Garrus as well. Whether or not it'll be an improvement over what he currently has, we'll see. I would say that is an improvement. Although it's got half the tech protection, the shields and the actual damage protection I think makes up for it. And it looks wonderfully yellow. He looks like a fucking Solero. Right. And I think we picked something else up. Oh yeah, it was a God, the accuracy on that is appalling. Glad I'm not the one shooting the damn thing. Give it to Garrus. I'm more likely to take Garrus on missions with me than Ashley. I'm not a huge fan of Ash. To be honest, I'm not really a fan of either of the human characters. Ash and Caden are... Ash... I don't know, Caden's just incredibly boring. Ash, I think's a bit... There's enough there that annoys me about her. And... yeah, just doesn't really do anything for me. Come on. There we go. Mustn't forget I'm actually a bloody biotic, and I actually have powers besides my gun. Let's be a bit more patient with that one. Okay. And we've leveled up. So, let me just check my equipment. No, all of those are crap. Okay. And Ash can take the next branch, the next Avenger. Sounds like the next Marvel film. Right. And let's level up. So, let's go with another point. Actually, both points in to Spectre training, because Unity allows me to revive my fellow teammates, and that will be an incredibly useful skill going forward. And as well as that, it just putting those points in increases everything. So that's good. Then the next thing is these two guys. We'll put another point in first aid, and we'll put a point into assault training, which unlocks fitness. I wonder actually how much of a difference that's quite a difference to health, but first aid be a bit more egalitarian with our distribution of points. So it'll improve our decryption, just in case you do come across anything like that's a medium difficulty to unlock. And damping. Yeah, that'll do. So
All clear, Commander.
let's open that. So we should now be able to proceed in the Mako. And I really should have driven the Mako over here, so rather than having to double back on myself. Come on. I was so glad in, I think it's Mass Effect, I think it might not be until the third game you actually get like a proper sprint ability, which isn't just limited to like an adrenaline gauge or anything like that. It's actually a proper sprint button. It might be Mass Effect 2, I'm not sure. Let's take out this guy. I don't think that did anything. Cool. Oh yeah, normally with this guy, when I've played in the past, I've just driven him into that lava, but damn it, got hit. Oh well, there we go. Right. So, you see what I mean about this little car ride being quite tedious? It's not so bad when... I don't know why, it's just when you're on foot it doesn't seem quite so bad. Like, there are things on foot that take just as long, if not longer. But for some reason... Damn it. It's a big bastard. Right, thank you. There we go. Let's just check the map. Okay. Still quite a ways off our final destination. There are enemies, I think, in this tunnel, maybe the next one. But I don't think it's anything major. I'm only really going to stop for the armatures, so like big sort of walking weapons platforms. There we go.
Clear.
Yeah. See, if we were driving in an actual car, we'd have like a radio, get a weather report, traffic updates. It wouldn't be quite so boring. Sadly, here we are, driving in this shitty fucking truck tank thing. I don't think we even got any equipment out of that. Right.
Got it.
Okay, so this is the end of the driving section. We've got lots of stuff. Take all. Right, so before we head straight into the really difficult bit, let's improve that. And I don't think any of that's any better. Ash. Now, we've got some armor piercing rounds there. Do you know what? Back. I'm going to give me the armor piercing rounds. I will give Ash my chemical rounds. Garrus can get... he can get the better anti-personnel. So, even though we're fighting Geth at the moment, it's just a handy thing to have. It's a more even distribution of equipment and stuff. And the next thing, back. She's got armor plating 3, and Garrus shield recovery. Now let's give him damage protection as well. He's only got light armor on as well. And before... okay. So, this is the on-foot bit, which is surprisingly difficult. Right. Okay.
All targets down.
That wasn't so bad. It won't last. Oh, here we go. Just put that there. Unity in there. And marksman up there. No, that'll do. Right, so let's proc that. Damn it. Damn it. I accidentally did Unity. I'm trying to remember how I throw my damn grenades now.
Area secure.
Right. 6. Damn it. Right. I completely fucked that up. Right. Why have I forgotten the controls? It's only been a couple of days since I actually bloody played this. Navigation, weapons. So F and R. Right.
All
F.
targets down.
Right. God damn it, my brain just went completely on the fritz there. Right. Now this is the really tough bit. Take that. Save again. Because I really don't want to have to go through that again. And look, the edgy combat music has gone. Isn't that a shame? Oh, right. Now we have to take on one of these bastards on foot, which is fun.
Lost shield.
Right, let's use that. Checks. Shit. Don't know where. Damn twitchy guy. Where are you? Right. Now we've leveled up. Revive Ash.
Bring it on.
Right. Can I get them to go? I don't think I can. Why do I keep getting hit by something with poison? God damn it. Alright, let's... Come on. Right. Just heal myself up nice and quick. Proc that. Let's get this guy. God damn it! Phew! God damn it! Jesus, that should not be that hard. Right. So let's just check out some of the equipment we got for that. Aha! That first aid interface. If that's what I think it is, that's good. That is exactly what I want. Increase health regeneration. Right. Anything in... nope. And anything in here? Nope. Okay. Squad, let's add some points. Put a point into intimidate. And pistols. Actually, no, let's not put another point into intimidate. Let's improve my armor. There we go. A bit more survivability and a bit more damage. Never goes amiss. And for Ash, so she can get a point into fitness and another point into assault rifle, so she does a bit more damage. As for Garrus, improve his Turian agent, and he can also get another thing into assault rifles. Okie dokie. Right. Must remember to heal up at some point. Well, actually, the health isn't too bad at the moment. Oh, and I forgot, Ash, as she's a soldier, her health regenerates automatically anyway. So we're actually, and my health now automatically regenerates as well. So actually, yeah, nah, we're fine. That's good because we've only got 4 metagels left. I really don't think that Vanguard, sorry, the Adept is the class for me. I'm much better as a Vanguard. There's a couple of
I've never visited a Prothean ruin before. Besides the Citadel, I think.
there's a couple of things about Adept I like, but like Barrier, I think. So I don't think you get that as a Vanguard, but by and large, I much prefer the Vanguard class because it is that bit more combat oriented, with biotics as a support rather than as the actual main thing. And as you've probably told from my, or probably have told from my playthrough style, I do tend to prefer the shit F. God damn it!
Looks like a lava flow poured in here.
That was too close.
Hello? Could somebody help me? Please? Can you hear me out there? I'm trapped. I need help.
Liara Tassoni, I presume?
Thank the goddess. I did not think anyone would come looking for me. Listen, this thing I'm in is a Prothean security device. I cannot move, so I need you to get me out of it, alright?
How'd you end up in that position? But before we let you out anywhere, as far as we're concerned, you're the daughter of a... Oh, I don't know, what would you... As a traitor? As a villain?
Your mother is working with Saren. Whose side are you on?
What? I am not on anybody's side. I may be Benezia's daughter, but I'm nothing like her. I have not spoken to her in years. Please, just get me out of here.
How did you end up in there?
I was exploring the ruins when the Geth showed up, so I hid in here. Can you believe that? Geth, beyond the veil! I activated the tower's defenses. I knew the barrier curtains would keep them out. When I turned it on, I must have hit something I wasn't supposed to. I was trapped in here. You must get me out, please!
Let's do something a bit...
You shouldn't have been messing with technology you don't understand.
I wasn't going to let the Geth capture me. Besides, I know how it works. Mostly. There is a control in here that should deactivate this thing. You'll have to find some way past the barrier curtain. That's the tricky part. The defenses cannot be shut off from the outside. I don't know how you'll get in here. Be careful. There is a Krogan with the Geth. They have been trying different ways to get past the barrier.
So the Geth are hiring Krogan mercenaries, which can't be good. Oh shit. I fucked this up already. Did I get them all? Hey, I think I got them all. Maybe not. I think that's all of them. I'm not jammed anymore. So before we try entering this code, just see if there's any more useful stuff we can pick up. I'm pretty sure there is. There we go. Okay, cool. There's that. And I think that's it. Yeah. Right, okay, so let's go and let out Liara using this mining thingy-me-doodad. Oh, right, that one, that one, that one, that one. Oh, wow, that was incredibly easy. Is it always that easy? I was expecting far more trial and error there for what we ended up having to do. I guess that's like the mining laser equivalent of having a password as 1234.
How did you get in here? I didn't think there was any way past the barrier.
It actually was easy.
We blasted through with the mining laser.
Of course. Yes, that makes sense. Please, get me out of here before more Geth arrive. That button over there should shut down this containment field.
Any idea how we get out of this place?
There is an elevator back in the center of the tower. At least I think it's an elevator. It should take us out of here. Come on!
Right, you are.
I still cannot believe all this. Why would the Geth come after me? Do you think Benezia's involved?
Saren's looking for the conduit. Think fast, Miss Prothean expert.
The conduit? But I don't know...
What the hell was that?
These
Sounded
ruins are
good.
not stable. That mining laser must have triggered a seismic event.
Oops.
We have to hurry. The whole place is caving in.
Joker, get the Normandy airborne and lock in on my signal. On the double, mister.
Aye, aye, Commander. Secure and away. ETA 8 minutes.
God, that's ages.
Gonna be close, Skipper.
Right, hopefully this bit won't be too bad. There's that Krogan they mentioned. Should have brought Rex.
Brendan, you don't. That would be more fun.
We don't have time to deal with this idiot. Charge!
I like your attitude.
Yeah, so do I. Right, that's that guy done. Okay. I think it's just the Krogan left. Damn it, Garrus, get out of the way. Yeah! That was a lot easier than I remember. Fucking run, guys. See what you've done, Shepard. Well, that was something.
Too close, Commander. 10 more seconds we would have been swimming in molten sulfur. The Normandy isn't equipped to land in exploding volcanoes. They tend to fry our sensors and melt our hull. Just for future reference.
We almost died out there, and your pilot is making jokes?
It's a coping mechanism. You'll get used to it.
I see. It must be a human thing. I don't have a lot of experience dealing with your species, Commander. But I am grateful to you. You saved my life back there, and not just from the volcano. Those Geth would have killed me or dragged me off to Saren.
What did Saren want with you? Do you know something about the conduit?
Only that it was somehow connected to the Prothean extinction. That is my real area of expertise. I have spent the past 50 years trying to figure out what happened to them.
Well, they are a long-lived species.
Just how old are you exactly?
I hate to admit it, but I am only 106.
Damn! I hope I look that good when I'm your age.
A century may seem like a long time to a short-lived species like yours. But among the Asari, I am barely considered more than a child. That is why my research has not received the attention it deserves. Because of my youth, other Asari scholars tend to dismiss my theories on what happened to the Protheans.
It's strange because I know that, you know, they live for like 1,000 years or more sometimes, and so you wouldn't necessarily. I mean, it would be kind of like expecting to take, say you're 80 and expecting to take, I don't know, tips and pointers from an 8-year-old, but they're not 8 years old, they're 106, and it doesn't seem to me as though that they, although they live longer, they don't age in a similar way. She's still probably like reached adult size and maturation probably around about 18, 20, and she's been doing this for 50 years. There's, at some point, if you study anything for 50 years, you're going to be pretty well versed in it, and sure, somebody might have 500 years worth of experience in it, but yeah, the Asari kind of do come across as being a bit kind of dickish at times.
I've got my own theory on why the Protheans disappeared.
With all due respect, Commander, I have heard every theory out there. The problem is finding evidence to support them. The Protheans left remarkably little behind. It is almost as if someone did not want the mystery solved. It is like someone came along after the Protheans were gone and cleansed the galaxy of clues. But here is the incredible part. According to my findings, the Protheans were not the first galactic civilization to mysteriously vanish. This cycle began long before them.
Right. So the Protheans weren't the first. And so that means that, well, I guess it means like what she says, it's a cycle, it's cyclical. Cyclical?
Where'd you come up with this theory? I thought there wasn't any evidence.
I have been working on this for 50 years. I have tracked down every scrap and shred of evidence. Eventually, subtle patterns start to emerge, patterns that hint at the truth. It is difficult to explain to someone else. I cannot point to one specific thing to prove my case. It is more a feeling derived from a half-century of dedicated research.
Okay, so it's more
But I
intuition.
know I'm right, and eventually I will be able to prove it. There were other civilizations before the Protheans. This cycle has repeated itself many times over.
Such as?
If the Protheans weren't the first, then who was?
I don't know. There is barely any evidence on the Protheans, even less on those who came before them. I cannot prove my theory, but I know I am right. The galaxy is built on a cycle of extinction. Each time a great civilization rises up, it is suddenly and violently cast down. Only ruins survive. The Protheans rose up from a single world until their empire spanned the entire galaxy. Yet even they climbed to the top on the remains of those who came before. Their greatest achievements, the mass relays and the Citadel, are based on the technology of those who came before them. And then, like all the other forgotten civilizations throughout galactic history, the Protheans disappeared. I have dedicated my life to figuring out why.
They were wiped out by a race of sentient machines, the Reapers.
The Reapers? But I have never heard of. How do you know this? What evidence do you have?
There was a damaged Prothean beacon on Eden Prime. It burned a vision into my brain. I'm still trying to sort out what it all means.
Visions? Yes, that makes sense. The beacons were designed to transmit information directly into the mind of the user. Finding one that still works is extremely rare. No wonder the Geth attacked Eden Prime. The chance to acquire a working beacon, even a badly damaged one, is worth almost any risk. But the beacons were only programmed to interact with Prothean physiology. Whatever information you received would have been confused, unclear.
It's definitely that.
I am amazed you were able to make sense of it at all. A lesser mind would have been utterly destroyed by the process. You must be remarkably strong-willed, Commander.
This isn't helping us find Saren, or the conduit.
Of course, you're right. I am sorry, my scientific curiosity got the
Information
better
always
of me.
helps, Caden.
Unfortunately, I do not have any information that could help you find the conduit, or Saren.
Don't be so hard on yourself.
I don't know why Saren wanted you out of the picture, but I think we'll be a lot better off if we bring you along.
Thank you, Commander. Saren might come after me again. I cannot think of anywhere safer than here on your ship. And my knowledge of the Protheans might be useful later on.
And her biotics will come in handy when the fighting starts.
Nah, I'm not a racist dick. And Let's be pleasant.
Good to have you on the team, Liara.
Thank you, Commander. I am very grateful. Oh, I am afraid I am feeling a bit lightheaded.
When was the last time you ate? Or slept? Dr. Chakwa should take a look at you.
It is probably just mental exhaustion, coupled with the shock of discovering the Prothean's true fate. I need some time to process all this. Still, it could not hurt to be examined by a medical professional. It will give me the chance to think things over. Are we finished here, Commander?
I think so.
Go see the doctor. The rest of you, dismissed.
Mission reports are filed, Commander. You want me to patch you through to the Council?
Let's talk to these assholes.
Patch him through, Joker.
Setting up the link now, Commander.
We've received your report, Commander. I understand Dr. Tassoni is on the Normandy.
I assume you're taking the necessary security precautions.
Liara's on our side. The Geth were trying to kill her.
Benezia would never allow Saren to kill her daughter.
Maybe she doesn't know.
Or maybe we don't know her. We never expected she could become a traitor.
At least the mission was a success.
Apart from the utter destruction of a major Prothean ruin. Was that really necessary, Shepard?
The Geth were crawling all over those ruins. We were lucky to make it out alive.
Of course, Commander. The mission must always take priority.
Good luck, Commander. Remember, we are all counting on you.
Ugh. I dislike those guys so much. Okay, so we now have our friendly neighborhood doctor on the crew. She's Liara's an incredibly powerful biotic. She's kind of, well, she's like Shepard. She's pure biotic and is rather handy in a fight, albeit rather fragile. Considering my Shepard is a full biotic, I probably won't end up taking her on too many missions. But that being said, she is still... I really like Liara. There's a lot of the fandom isn't overly struck on her, and I find that strange because I think she's great. But, you know, to each their own. I think we'll call it an end for this episode. As I say, next one we'll be doing a few side quests, maybe check out to see what that Rear Admiral was looking into, maybe some of the stuff that we heard through the elevators and what have you. And we'll also check in with the crew following this mission, because every time you complete a main story beat, there is a, you know, it's worth checking in with your crew. You can develop your relationships with them and maybe get a bit more history and a bit more character for the people that are in it. So for now we'll call that an episode, and I will see you for the next one. Have a good day. Cheers.